Hi everyone, my name is Marianne Hanson. I'm a counsellor and a coach. I work with individuals around the areas of stress, depression, low self-esteem and also relationship issues, and I also work with couples. And what I want to talk about in this video is, have you ever considered couples counselling, but for whatever reason you thought you haven't gone ahead with it, you thought maybe this won't work for us, maybe it will make things worse, you don't know what to expect and you've just decided not to go ahead. So in this video what I want to talk about is 3 signs that you may benefit from couples counselling. So the first sign is that you are stuck in the past. There is an issue that's probably happened or an event that has happened many years ago, but you can't get past it. So this will have an impact on your relationship. So many people who are getting into arguments, or their intimacy has been lost, or they're just not functioning how they were, usually it's because an event has happened or because they have issues with communication. And if you continue to live in the past and you don't work through the issue, sometimes for some couples they actually brush it under the carpet and say they don't want to talk about it. Other couples just find it too uncomfortable to talk about. And usually they're building up resentment towards their partner because they're still holding on to feelings or emotions about what has happened. Couples counselling can be a really good space for you to do that, because you won't be judged. It won't be about someone taking sides and saying someone is right or wrong. It will be literally working through what that issue is so that you can continue to be a couple living in the present and focusing on your future. So the second sign that you may need couples counselling is that you are constantly bickering, and arguments and fights and disagreements between couples it happens. There's not a couple that, I know some couples will say, we never argue, we never disagree, we don't fight. That is rare. It's not really about the disagreements, it's about how you resolve them. So if you're the type of couple that is constantly bickering, or you're constantly having the same arguments, it's over the same thing, but nothing ever gets resolved, couples counselling could be a good thing for you, because what that will mean is that your counsellor will try to unpick what's actually going on underneath. Why does this recurring argument continue? Why is it that when you have disagreements, you can't resolve it? There's usually a block, there's usually a reason there, because bickering, and also for some couples, they prefer to have periods of time where they're just getting on with each other, and then they have a massive blow up, and then they get it all out their system, and then they're fine. Other couple bickering sometimes can be worse, because it can be that irritation where you're just irritating each other, constantly bickering, constantly moaning, constantly belittling each other. And then that's where, like, out of the blue, one person might just say, I've had enough of this now, you've got under my skin too many times. Or it's also not a good atmosphere to be around someone who's constantly picking and bickering with you and stuff, because you don't know whether what you're doing is right or wrong. You don't know what to expect. You can be walking on eggshells. So little bickering here and there might seem like a minor, but for some people that can bring that can actually be much worse. So couples counselling is a good opportunity for you to explore. The final one is that you feel like you are living separate lives. You feel like you're growing apart. If you've been in a relationship, whether it's for a few years, a few months, or even for many, many years, there's no difference. There can be a point where you get to the point where you are just living separate lives. You're not sleeping in the same room. You're not doing any joint activities together. You have separate lives, separate friends. You seem to be operating as though you're individuals. Now, the problem with that is, if you don't explore what's actually going on there, because you're growing further apart, but also as a couple, the aim is usually that you want to be growing together as a couple, doing things more together. So if you find that your partner is booking holidays without you, or they're just going off with their friends most of the time, and you don't actually do anything together, or you just feel that you just don't have anything in common anymore, or the relationship isn't really working, couples counselling can be a good opportunity to explore that and find out why. And it can also be an opportunity to look at what is keeping you together. If you're together, there's a reason for that you've stayed together. So it's looking at how can you start to reconnect again. that it doesn't mean because you start to grow, everyone grows as an individual. So you're always going to get to a point where you may be in a different mindset or a different growth pattern from your partner. You just have different views, different values. It doesn't mean it has to be the end of the relationship. So if you're someone that is seeking couples counselling, you've got nothing to lose by picking up the phone and contacting someone. Usually you can have a conversation first, you don't have to book in a session, or you can have some counsellors provide like a free consultation where you can just discuss and explore what the issues are, and then you can decide if you want to go on to proper couples therapy. So I hope you found this video useful. Please feel free to like, to leave any comments, and to share this video if you feel it will benefit anyone else. Thanks for watching, and see you all again soon. Bye.